Picture this. A once respected horse trainer's property turned into a battleground of neglect and public fury, where dozens of majestic animals are pulled from harm's way. That's the heart-wrenching saga gripping Victoria, Australia, as a disturbing investigation into animal cruelty ramps up, leaving us all questioning the cracks in our welfare systems. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the law doing enough to protect these vulnerable creatures? Or is it leaving too much room for loopholes? Let's dive in and unpack this story step by step, so even if you're new to the world of animal rights and racing, you'll grasp the full picture. Content warning, graphic images. A former racehorse trainer from Victoria, known as Maxine Fraser, who sometimes uses the surname Galpin, has seen her horses taken away in a shocking operation led by RSPCA Victoria. This all kicked off after disturbing photos of severely undernourished horses spread like wildfire on social media, igniting widespread anger and putting a spotlight on how we handle animal welfare in Australia. Stay in the loop with the latest news via the 7 News app. Grab it now. https://7news.com/app. UTM source 7 News app. The viral images painted a grim scene. Horses that were painfully thin, lifeless bodies scattered around, and what animal advocates described as a mare that had been fatally attacked in a field shared with aggressive stallions, young male horses, and newborn foals. It's a stark reminder of how overcrowding and poor management can lead to tragedy, especially when powerful animals like stallions are mixed with the more vulnerable ones. Fraser's history in racing isn't spotless. Back in 2016, Racing Victoria stripped her of her trainer's license, ruling she wasn't deemed a fit and proper person to oversee horses. They cited her facilities as falling short of basic standards. She fought back with an appeal to the Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal, VCAT, in 2017, but it didn't succeed. Fast forward to now, and on Thursday, RSPCA Victoria inspectors carried out a second search warrant at her property on the Mornington Peninsula, resulting in the seizure of 35 horses. This isn't a small-scale effort. A team of 10 experts is on the ground, carefully transporting the animals into RSPCA care to ensure their safety and recovery. Liz Walker, the CEO of RSPCA Victoria, described it as a significant operation. She explained that the initial warrant from last week gave them the green light to act, and now they're mobilizing all their resources. This requires a ton of specialized knowledge, and we've got a dedicated team handling every detail, she shared. We're committed to reassuring the public that we're pushing the boundaries of what the law allows us to do. Adding fuel to the fire is the Farm Transparency Project, FTP, an animal rights group that's been vocal about a recent incident on Fraser's land. They allege that a mare named Willow was killed in a brutal clash with the property's stallions, and her week-old foal also perished. FTP claims they entered the property in September and found Willow's body partially buried. But here's the twist. Footage reviewed by 7news.com/au and released on September 24th, https://farmtransparency.org/videos/IDDQ8TWQX, revealed that the dead mare in the video wasn't the same one shown alive with a foal earlier. Instead, the footage shows a pregnant mare with a distended belly, leaking blood and fluids, covered in puncture wounds that could stem from stallion attacks or a difficult birth. FTP later admitted the horse had been wrongly identified by the protesters who provided the initial footage. RSPCA Victoria did confirm they removed a dead mare for a necropsy, that's a post-mortem examination for animals, but concluded her death didn't violate any animal welfare laws. This part of the story really highlights how tricky investigations can be, with misidentifications and conflicting evidence complicating matters. The case has sparked a wave of backlash against RSPCA Victoria, with protesters, spearheaded by Carly Wines, demanding to know why the animals weren't removed sooner from Fraser's Mornington Peninsula property. https:// www.facebook.com/groups/203448259775886. This group keeps circulating photos of emaciated horses, pointing to filthy conditions, too many animals crammed together, and the risky practice of housing stallions and colts alongside mares and foals. One protester put it bluntly, "If I were Maxine, I'd just give up the animals, sell the land, and enjoy some peace. It's way better than dealing with endless RSPCA and police check-ins." To honor the horses they believe have suffered, the group has tied white ribbons along the property's fence, the symbolic gesture that's become a rallying point for animal lovers. Yet despite the uproar, RSPCA Victoria insists they're hamstrung by existing laws. Under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, POCTA, inspectors can't just take animals unless there's a clear violation of the minimum care standards in the owner's welfare plan. And this is the part most people miss. These plans are non-binding and kept private, letting the accused keep control while supposedly improving things voluntarily. It's a loophole that was even highlighted in a 2023 government review. https://meetourhorsemeat.com/Maxine Fraser, raising questions about whether it prioritizes animal safety or owner rights. Even the local council is powerless here. The Mornington Peninsula Shire has no specific rules or policies on horses, so they can't limit how many Fraser keeps. They declined to comment, citing another separate probe. Racing Victoria chimed in to say Fraser isn't registered as the owner of any active racehorses, and none on her property are competing. They're ready to help rehome any thoroughbreds that get surrendered or seized. As of now, Fraser hasn't faced any charges. 7news.com.au tried multiple times to reach out to her for her side of the story. If you're concerned about animal cruelty in Victoria, don't hesitate to report it to RSPCA Victoria or call Victoria Police if an animal is in immediate peril. This whole situation begs some big questions. Do you think our animal welfare laws are strong enough? Or do they let too many slip through the cracks? Is the RSPCA doing all it can? Or should they have more power to intervene earlier? And what about the role of public pressure? Does social media outrage really drive change, or does it sometimes complicate investigations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you side with the protesters, or do you see a counterpoint where the system needs more nuance? Let's discuss.